So lately I've been watching quite a bit of Mortal Kombat 11, and a few people have asked me to cover the lore surrounding some of the newer characters, and there are some new additions that I think are pretty cool. So today's video will be on Geras, and there will be some spoilers, so if you've not played through the game or watched the story, I guess now is when you click off the video. Geras is one of this year's new additions to the MK franchise. He was created by Kronika, who is referred to as a Titan and who serves as the antagonist to this year's story. His role in the story is as Kronika's main enforcer, her right-hand man. And given that she did create him, Geras is able to control the sands of time, similar to his master but to a lesser extent. We know that he can go back in time, but whether he can see the future and go forward in time is unclear. He can also use the sands to form objects such as tables or walls to block and crush his enemies. The sands can also take the shape of weapons such as hammers and swords, and what looks like a golden Hellboy fist to, well, fist anyone who gets in his way. Geras can even turn himself into sand, making him much harder to kill. With that being said, Geras can be killed as you would normally expect, but the issue is he doesn't stay dead for very long, because he can rewind time to before he died, and he also seems to have some form of accelerated healing. Each time he's killed, he comes back stronger and smarter, with an immunity to whatever killed him, very similar to what we see with Doomsday and Superman. We don't really know how old Geras is for sure considering the whole immortal lifespan, but it is mentioned that he has died thousands of times and has witnessed many of the key events throughout history, such as the Ice Age, so he could be anywhere between thousands and millions of years old. We do see Geras several times throughout the story. First, when he is decapitated by Kung Lao's razor hat, only for his head to turn into sand and rematerialize back on his body. The next time we see him, he's killed by one of Cassie Cage's grenades, only to once again reform like nothing happened in the first place. The last time we see Geras is in his defeat to Raiden, where he is bound by a chain with an anchor attached and thrown into the blood seas. He tells Raiden that it's essentially pointless because he cannot die from drowning, either because this has already happened or because he plans on rewinding time, most likely the first. But the blood seas are pretty much just a bottomless pit, so he's condemned to sink forever with no chance of escaping without assistance. A pretty good example of where his immortality can be used against him. Before I go, I'll leave you with a quick bit of mythological trivia. Geras is actually the name of the god of old age in Greek mythology, and given the character's immortality and the fact that he was created by Kronika, a titan whose name sounds awfully familiar to Cronus, it certainly seems like a slight nod in the direction of some of these Greek stories. Overall, I think Geras is an awesome looking character, and he has a pretty interesting set of abilities, even if he is just a time-travelling Doomsday who can smash people through tables made of sand and fist them with his Infinity Gauntlet. If you are an MK fan and you'd like to see more videos similar to this one, or if there are any characters in specific that you'd like to see, then let me know in the comments below. As always, I've been your host, Mythology and Fiction Explained.